Hi and welcome to DrumApe. Regardless of where we are in our development as drummers, we're always faced with the fundamental rudiments. We are engaged with them no matter how far down the rabbit hole we've gone, and these fundamentals constantly come back to us, requiring maintenance and further development. If we had to pick one as the most universal and common, it would be of course the paradiddle. It's like the Swiss army knife of drumming and has so many applications, it is impossible to encompass them all. It acts like a polarity changer, allowing us to switch directions rapidly and intentionally, and is also very useful in mastering some aspects of subdivision. It is also critical to developing your ghost notes, and finally, it is used to create the basic structure of countless beats and grooves, as well as an endless array of drum fills. So if you're interested in any of this, it's time to get a closer look at the mighty paradiddle. This first video will focus on the 4 basic modes of the single paradiddle as an introduction and could serve as a starting point to developing more complex structures and concepts. The single paradiddle consists of the 2 most basic building blocks in the language of drumming, the single stroke roll and the double stroke roll. It is in fact the alternation of these two, so we end up with a pair of singles and a double. Single refers to the number of single stroke roll pairs in the paradiddle. However, it isn't until we set a strong time or a downbeat, the position of 1, that the 4 variations of the paradiddle become apparent. We are going to use the position of the diddle or double stroke to define each mode. Before we start, let's first define some ground rules concerning dynamics and hand setting. The default setting will be playing the paradiddle in medium to slow tempo and in stick control. Stick control means equal heights and equal volume for both hands without stressing any particular time. This equals to no dynamic range or no difference between the softest and the loudest sounds. By our definition, the first mode of the single paradiddle is when the double stroke occupies first and second positions. We get right, right, left, right, and then we just copy with the left hand, left, left, right, left. Combine the two and we get the first mode. Let's now play this in time. If our subdivision is eighth notes, we get one measure of 4/4. Ideally, you'll be able to count the quarter notes as you're playing the paradiddle in time. To define the second mode, we need to slide the double stroke 1 position to the right. If the diddle occupies second and third positions, we get right, left, left, right, and left, right, right, left. This might look wrong, but all we've done is slide the pattern relative to where 1 occurs. If we follow the pattern, we'll see that it has remained the same, but we start from a different place. This is important to understand, as all the variations of the paradiddle actually require the same sequence of motions to play. This second mode features an inverted double stroke, as now both diddles start on upbeat eighth notes, the end of 1 and the end of 3. If we keep sliding the double stroke to the right, to where it occupies third and fourth positions, we get the third mode. Right, left, right, right, and left, right, left, left. This is what most people think of when they hear single paradiddle, so we'll call it natural single paradiddle. Now the diddle occurs on strong time again, but this time on 2 and 4, what would be considered the backbeats of the measure. Most people I have seen put stress on the beginning of each half like this, and that can lead to the rudiment sounding choppy and forced. Remember to get used to pulling each hit up, getting enough bounce to jump on to the next. Speed is not our goal at first, rather we want to get used to placing the double and single strokes in all possible places relative to where 1 is. The most overlooked and arguably the most awkward mode is the fourth mode. It is when the double stroke occurs on positions 4 and 1. In the case of a 4/4 measure, on the end of 2 and 3, plus the end of 4 and 1. Most people struggle with this one, so sometimes more time is needed to get the hang of it. To add to the difficulty, the diddle now again is in inverted form, as it starts on upbeat eighth notes. Ideally, you would have a metronome set on voice count like in this video. Having the metronome on voice count would mean you're less likely to get lost in the measure, and also it would be easier to learn to count yourself. So these were the 4 modes of the single paradiddle. In my next video, the single paradiddle extended, we'll learn how to create dynamics by adding accents and create one more dimension into the non-linear by adding flams. Please like and subscribe, that way I will know you want to see more free videos like this one. Thank you for watching Drum Ape.